Come and stand in the middle of your mat. Feet hip width apart. Length at the back of the neck, shoulders relaxed. Tuck your pelvis under. Knees and feet hip width. Check your feet are facing forwards. You've got equal weight all underneath your feet. So the mudra is Varuna mudra, and it is called of the sea. And it's little finger and thumb touch, and the other fingers just can relax, the palms facing up. So it's quite a simple one. And here we're just going to connect to the spirit of water and feed your feel your mind and body. Sorry, my writing's a bit small. Feel your mind and body become pure and fresh like a cool mountain stream. Here we go then. So find your pelvic floor, find your TVA and pull in 100%, pelvis tucked under. Let's just hold it there for 10 seconds and just breathing normally. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a slow release on those core muscles. We'll go one more time, pulling in. Pelvic floor, TVA, 100%, and breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a slow release. Take 50% on your core muscles. Release your mudra, perhaps wiggle your fingers and your wrists. And we're just going to go to the shoulders. Lift your shoulders up to your ears, big squeeze, and down. Shoulders up and shoulders down. Keeping that little bit of connection there with the core. Shoulders up and shoulders down. One more. Squeeze and down. Now shoulders forwards, shoulders back, shoulders forwards. You might have noticed there also I'm looking up and then I'm looking down. Lifting the chin, chin to chest. Shoulders forwards, shoulders back. Next, shoulders forwards, take a forwards fold. Slide your hands down your legs, soften your knees, chin down towards the chest, and then slowly uncurl, come back up to standing. And again, you can look up if you want. You can either circle the arms as well. Take the arm up, eye gaze up, the arms up as well. 2 more, forward fold. Deeply bending in the knees, we're just nice and early warming up through the spine. Last one. Take a little bit of a wider stance, so almost like a starfish. And here we're going to go side bend. So reaching down to the side of the leg, slide your hand down so you're really tracing down towards the side of the knee. Your pace. Try and keep the hips central. Equal weight underneath the feet. You're not gripping the toes. Exhale as you reach over. Two more on each side. Okay, let's keep the legs nice and wide. And we're just going to take a big circle with the arms. So reaching all the way up and then bringing it all the way down, bending in the knees, just like you're drawing a giant sun just in front of you. And you're just feeling all the warmth from that sun. Inhale at the top, exhale as you come down. And the other way around. One more. Whew, and bring the arms down. Okay, grab your glute band if you have it. Some of you will know this one. I have done this one before with you. And we're going to place it on our feet. So it's going to look like this. We're going to do knee drives. You also need your free weights ready as well. Okay, so I'll have to show you the move in separate parts because we're going to need upper body in here as well. So the knee drive part is going to go up and down. Just choose one side, one leg, up and down. So if you can do 8 of these. So going kind of quite quickly into balance. Soften the standing knee. Engage the pelvic floor. Once you've done your 8, you do your knee drive and you hold, and this is where you put your free weights in. So I'll grab my free weights, adjust my camera. If you haven't got your free weights, that's fine. You can just do an alternative arm lift. So you've got your high knee position, and then you're going to see if you can alternate shoulder press. 8 of these. And then we'll go to the other side. So it'll be the same thing. The knee drives for 8. Engage the core, find the pelvic floor. Shoulders relaxed. The ball of the foot just goes and touches the floor and then drives to the back, the knee drives back up. Then you hold number 8, take your 8 shoulder press. Woo. Okay, and just place the weights down in front, and we'll keep the loop bands in on this if we can. I'm just placing them just above the knee now. I'm going to put them into the squat. Again, if you don't have a loop band, no stress. You can still do your squats without them. So we'll go to the squat. Option, you can go straight in with your free weights. You can front raise. You can circle the arms around. Just like a normal squat we do. Check the feet at hip width. See if you can look forwards, you're not looking down, especially if you're circling the arms around. So we've got these loop bands in. If you want, you could add in a little side step there. Side step squat. Just checking those knees don't pronate in. Then let's just place the weights down, take your squat position. Send your hips back into space with that. You might want to place your hands just in front of your thighs and just take it sideways. It's a bit like a crab. And then back the other way. So we're not doing clams later in the side series, so this is a bit like doing your clam. It works with the glute meads. And then face the length of your mat and take your foot to the outside of your mat. And then see if you can come down and then shuffle. I've got my one foot on either side of the mat. Shuffle forwards without touching your mat. Go back the other way. Get nice and low. You're still a crab. See if you can stay it nice and wide, either side of the mat. Then one more time, let's shuffle sideways, come down into your low squat position. Going into the sideways action. Back to center. And then we'll take the bands out. Oh, a little bit of a jazz walk. Just to ease that out from the glutes. Okay, go to a nice wide stance again. Let's take the weights. Big, go back to the big sun position and then come down. Maybe even brush the weights on the floor. And then again, weights all the way back around the other way. We're getting nice and low. And back around. Bending deep in the knees. And up. So you've got that sunrise. And then you've got to go again because the sun will set. 2 more. All the way up and over. Brilliant. Let's put the weights down. A bit more balance. So just pick a side and then just lifting up the foot. I'll let you choose which side you go with. And then just rubbing the hands. Engage the big toe on this balance. Find the pelvic floor. Then we've created all this heat, all this energy, and just place it anywhere on the body that just needs a little bit of self-healing, a little bit of attention. Wherever that is, give it a bit of a rub. Then release from there and take your heel lifts, 5 heel lifts, press down into that foot. Roll through that ball of the foot towards the big toe. So if you can take the eye gaze forwards. With the leg you've got lifted, just take that, step it forwards, calf stretch. So I'm pushing down through my back heel. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling. You can take the eye gaze up, lift the chin, calf stretch here, push down through the back heel. Try and square the hips to the way you're facing. And release down with the arms, and we'll go to the other leg. So again, start with rubbing the hands, creating some energy. Maybe place the warmth and energy somewhere else this time. Okay, when you're ready then, release the hands and just placing them or rubbing somewhere else on the body. And then release, go to your heel lifts, press down through the foot, squeeze those glutes, engage the pelvic floor. Just 5 of these. Step forwards with the lifted leg, arms up, calf stretch, press down through that back heel, start looking up. Squaring the hips to the way that you're facing. Allow the shoulders just to sink down into the back pockets. And exhale, release, bring those hands down. Okay, a little bit of a figure of 8 with the wrists, so interlink the fingers. A little bit of a figure of 8 there, and then see if you can at the same time figure of 8 with the hips. So a little bit of wrist and a little bit of hips. And then see if you can go back around the other way. Okay. Before we go to our single leg exercise, I want to just do a stretch. It's a not calf, it's a quad stretch. So you might want to hold on to something to begin with. I'm going to hold the wall, but you're just taking your hold of your ankle or front of your foot. And we normally do this prone. We're not doing this today on our front. So this is the stretch today here. So when we're lying on our front, if you think about the knees, they'd be in line. So think about your knees here and try and keep them in line. So we shouldn't be in this position. So try and keep the knees neutral. Then are you looking down? I always look down. So start to look forwards. Get your shoulders back, get nice and upright. And then tuck the pelvis under. Because you might be finding you're arching your back to get into that position. Challenge, if you want it, I'm just going to move so I can show you this challenge. You're in your stretch here, and you just take a little salute. So you have your elbow opposite side of the body, elbow pointing to the side wall. And then you bring the elbow in and the elbow out. The elbow in and out. In and out. And one more. Elbow in and elbow out. And release. Let's go to the other side. Again, you can always hold on for any of these stretches and balances. So thinking about the knees being in line. Then let's check in with the eye gaze. Check you're facing forwards, you're nice and upright position, your shoulders are back. Then tuck the pelvis under, send the hips forwards. Then if you liked it on the other side, you could do it on this side. Elbow to the side, elbow in, elbow out, elbow in, elbow out. Two more, elbow in, elbow out. Last one. And elbow out. Okay. And release. Lots of balance work today. Okay, single leg exercise. Do 10 reps on each leg. So 10 on each leg, one set, and then we'll meet together again. So you've got your dips on a step, you've got your lunges, you've got your deadlift, you've got your Bulgarian split squat. I did that one with you last week. Or I'll demo today the single leg squat on a chair. Which I will say, if you use a sofa, just check your sofa's not super low. So I put a cushion down for that. It's quite hard if your chair is really low. So you're going to sit down onto the chair and then stand up with one leg, controlling what's happening with the knee, the foot placement, squeezing the glutes on the left. It's a really, really good knee exercise, this one. Try not to flop back into the chair on chair squats. Leaning forwards as well. You sometimes have to find your shoulders have to lean forwards over that knee to get upright. On all of these, just thinking about squeezing those glutes on the left, send the hips forwards and up. And at the end of that move, bring the eye gaze forwards. You might find that you're looking down. See if you can lift that eye gaze. So once you've done your exercises, we're going to meet in a downward dog. So if you're there, you can head that way. Down onto the mat. Nice and warm. Go back to your Dow's walk in downward dog. So just pressing down one at a time through the heels. Send the hips up to the ceiling. Spread the fingers. Be spiraling the biceps towards each other.
Options here if you want a little bit of a challenge is just taking hold of one hand and touch the opposite ankle. It just helps you send the hips up. Bit of shoulder strength in there as well. You can always look through the middle of the downward dog. From there, we're going to come down to dolphin, so onto elbows. And I'll just say a little bit about the dolphin spirit. Send the hips up in your dolphin. So dolphin spirit invites you to release your rigidity and embrace the fluidity of life. There's two sides to every story. There's an upside to each downside. And there's a blessing in every challenge. Couple more deep breaths here in dolphin. Legs nice and straight, heels lifted. Then we're going to come down into front plank. I know this is a lot on the front holds here, but see if you can bring it down. Option 1, knees down. Option 2, legs straight. Into a nice solid hold. You can imagine you're a piece of driftwood. Little options if you want a little knee drop. You could work through a knee drop if you've got your knees down, a leg straightener. Shoulders down away from ears, crown ahead in line with spine. Just 10 more seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll come up onto cat position. That's all the hard stuff done. Just take a little bit of a cat to cow, find your neutral spine. Quite a nice move just to think about fluidity, idea of water, moving into the space around it. Okay, gonna go to Superman. I've got an option here to put in weights if you want it. So have your weights either sides of your arms. Hands into shoulders, knees into hips, find neutral spine, so a little bit of engagement on core. So we're going to take this position, which I don't know if you can see that well from there, but it's going to look like that. Okay, so it's like that position. Bending in my elbow. I'm in this position, lift, and then I'm going to row it back. And then you're going to go back to your lift, and then row it back. That's the move, and we're going to add in opposite leg extend. So you're going to go row it back, extend. And then see if you can keep that knee slightly lifted so it doesn't actually plant back onto the floor. So if you can go through 8 of these. You'll find the elbow will want to drop, so see if you can keep that elbow when it's bent up level with the shoulder. Two more. This is a hard one. If you're finding it hard with the row back, it is a hard one. Big shoulder strength. And then release from that side. Go to the other side. So again, just do a couple of the arm exercises to start you before you add in the leg. So again, just find your position with that bent elbow in the lift. And then row back. And your lift. Try and keep that elbow up level with the shoulder. If you've got it, you could add in that leg. Extend, squeeze through the glute. 8 of these. Don't let that weight drop down. The elbow drop down. Keep it nice and high level with the shoulder. Couple more. Woo. Okay, let's go low lunge. Step forwards with one foot. Square your hips to the way you're facing. Engage a little bit there with the pelvic floor. Palms together. Shark fin. Stem this up towards the ceiling. Get nice and tall through the body. Raise your shark fin as high as you can through the waves. Eye gaze forwards. Bring your fin back down to your heart center. Option here, you could do a little bit of lizard from last week, or if you prefer, take a pigeon. So I'm putting some options in there for you, or you could, there's time for a bit of both. So something like 5 breaths, something like that. If you want to do a little bit of lizard work, toes off, heels on, hands down through the center. And then you maybe want to try your pigeons. Work with what your body craves, what your body needs. Both of them are very kind of hip work, but also pigeon adds in the glutes there as well. Gives you a little bit more intensity as well. One more deep breath. Then let's come back up. We'll go to that low lunge again. So step to the other side. Check your hip width. Hips square to the feet the way you're facing. Find your little shark fin in the center and start to lift. See if you can get your arms around your ears. Bring the eye gaze forwards. And then from there, bring it down, back to heart center. And again, you've got your lizards. Hands down through the center, toes off, heels on. And also feel free, I tend to move a little bit side to side in a lizard just to stretch through the hips. And again, it's quite a nice idea. We're working with the sea, like the waves in the water moving. Or maybe you like your pigeon, so you can come down into your pigeon stretch. Take a rest there. One more deep breath. So from here we'll go to Sphinx position, so you can make your way there. Elbows underneath your shoulders, lift up your heart space, send your hips down, send your toes off the end of the mat, crown of head rising. So we're going to put in some movement onto the side from either Sphinx, or if you prefer Cobra position. But instead of taking a Cobra that's close to the body, just go from Sphinx and then lift up into Cobra. So it's a slightly different version on the Cobra really. So I'll show you from Sphinx first and then I'll put in the other one. So we're in the Sphinx position and we're just going to roll to the side. Engage the core. You just imagine you're a piece of driftwood rolling around on the waves here. Then just see if you can lift up both of your feet. So there's a bit of a play on the double leg lift. And then bring it back to Sphinx position. Lift the heart space and then over to the other side. Roll, lift up the feet. And then come back to center. So that's what we're kind of playing with here. So if you go to cobras, you can do your lift, extend, come down into Sphinx for the roll, but then lift, extend again as you come up into the side bit. And then again, you can go down into Sphinx, maybe go up into Cobra in the center, back to Sphinx, then into your roll again, and then you can try and straighten. It's also work with balance here. So big side body stretch, you'll feel kind of pinching down through the top part of your hip, and then you're going to feel the lengthening underneath here. Maybe you feel a little bit like a stranded seal, and that's okay. For now. Okay, let's come down onto our fronts. This next one is weighted if you want it to be weighted. You take your weights and you're going to place them down by your sides with your palms up, with the weights in your palms. Forehead down to the mat. Lift head and shoulders and lifting up your weights just ever so slightly. Lift and lower. Try and keep the crown of head in line with spine. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Two more with the weights. Think about sending the weights down the body instead of up as high as you can. That's the trick more with the weights on this one. Then now without weights, we'll go swan dive. Capital E with the arms, so elbows level with your shoulders. Breathing out, lift head and shoulders. Breathing in, lower. Adding in if you want, lifting up the arms. Lift and lower. If you want a little bit more, you've got your lift, your extend, your reach forwards. Go back to your capital E. And then lower it down. So if you remember last few weeks we've been propping this, so if you liked that you could always grab your block at this point because maybe you liked adding the prop on the extension. Your choice. Two more. Exhale into the left. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, extend. Inhale to come back to your capital E. Exhale, release. We release, cat stretch again, so on all fours, tuck your chin to your chest. Spirals, or if the body wants to move or sway, let it sway. Just exploring that stretch between the shoulders. Send the breath between the shoulder blades. So you could do your wrist stretch, so just take one at a time. Equal weight down through the wrists. And here, toe stretch, so just tuck your toes under. You can sit back onto your feet. So option here, if we can work a little bit more with the tightness on the front of the body, is just to sit back onto the heels and then just to place your hands down near your, just near your feet. Just get opening there on the front bit of your body and the hips. Okay, from there, child's pose. So come down, bring your forehead down to the mat. And you can imagine here you're on a pebble, washed up on the beach. Take some deep breaths. Send the breath down towards the lower back. And then just like a wave of water to send that breath up the spine, all the way towards the third eye. Okay, so we've got a little side series. It's only small. 3 exercises, but from side plank positions. I'll give you some versions of this. And I'm going to weight this as well. So if you've got your weights, you might want to put them in. So elbow underneath your shoulder, pick a side. Then you're just lifting up your hips. Option 1, knee down. Your option 2 on this will be legs straight. I think I'll start with my knee down. So we're going to go knee to elbow, and I'm going to put my weight in straight away. So I'm going to go knee to elbow and then punch over my head with my weight. Then I'm going to take my weight over my shoulder, leg lift, and then I'm taking it down through into a twist. So it's knee to elbow extension, and then adjust so your weight's over your head, and then leg lift, and then twist. You got it? Knee to elbow, extend, leg lift, and twist. Knee to elbow, punching over the head, leg lift, and twist. We're doing 8, and lift, and up, the leg lift, and twist. Knee to elbow, punch, just, leg lift, twist. Try not to look down at your leg too much, so try and look forwards if you can. We've just got a couple more. Doing well. It's quite hard, this one. Big combo. And release. Nice. Let's work with that side, stretch it out. So come all the way up onto kneeling and gate pose. So just nice, good stretch underneath that leg. Open up all that side body. We've just stretched it out. We've just done all the core work in that side body, so stretch it out. Release, other side. You know it now. Doesn't make it any easier. Elbow underneath your shoulder. Let's get those hips up. Option 1, knee down. Option 2, with a super strong leg straight. So we've got knee to elbow, punch over the head. Then just take the weight directly over the shoulder, leg lift, and then put in your twist. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. You with me? And 4. Engage that core. 5. That's 6. 2 more. 7. Last one. Brilliant. And then coming up, that bottom knee is going to be the kneeling knee. The other one's going to be nice and long. Gate pose. Open up that side. Big stretch under that hamstring. Okay, and release. Let's go on to our backs. I've done things a little bit different order tonight. You might just feel like it's flying by. It might be. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wait the next exercise here as well. If you want it, it's opposite knee drop to opposite arm. So it's gonna look a little bit like a half a chest press. Weights going up to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Lying on our backs. Shoulders are relaxed. Knees, feet hip width apart. Opposite knee, opposite arm. Drop to the side center. Other side. Pelvic stability exercise, this one. Using your core muscles, your pelvic floor, your TVA, pulling in, imprinting the lower back down. Try and keep the pelvis still. So that the hips shouldn't be moving to the side. So if you imagine headlights on your hip bones there, facing up to the ceiling, they're not going around to the side as you drop your knee. So your knee might not actually go all the way to the floor. Couple more of these. Okay, weights down then. Let's go to the 100. 5 sets. Imprinting that lower back down. 5 sets, 4 toe taps, 8 pulses, and then the 8-second hold. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift head and shoulders, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And up we go if we want it, tabletops. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Teasers if you've got them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Full body stretch. Give everything a little bit of a squeeze here. Point toes. Scrunch up your fists. Get your shoulders to touch your ears. Scrunch up your face. Take a really big deep breath in. Exhale and just go to a really big starfish. Take up loads of space, the biggest star you can be. And I'll just talk to you about the starfish spirit. Stretched out on the beach, the starfish opens fully to the rays of the sun, to the power of potential. As you look out towards the horizon, will you open up to infinite possibility? Open yourself to be filled with inspiration. That's a nice thought. Okay, back to Pilates. Bend the knees, feet on the mat, palms together, back to your shark fin. Chin to chest, bring your shark fin to the side of your knee. Lift and lower. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Adding in if you want. Heel what do you call it? Heel thing. My brain's not working as good today. Heel slide, there you go. If it's not written down, I'm not saying it tonight. They put it that way. Oh dear. Choice here if you want. Take it tabletop. Single leg stretch. Keep lifting that chin towards your chest. Go 4 more. Imprinting with the core. The feet on the mat, arms up to the ceiling. Arms go over the head, touch the thumbs to that space above your head. And then bring the arms back forwards. And then again, exhale as they go over the head. Keep the length through the spine. Try not to lift the rib cage. Choice here, single leg stretch with that. So arms over the head, leg lengthens. And you're imprinting the lower back down as you do that. Or if you want that little bit more, double leg stretch, both legs take them up. Imprint that lower back down, get some length all through the body. Try not to let that rib cage lift. Exhale as you lengthen. Inhale as you come back to your body. Three more, whichever version you're on that one. Keep working with the core muscles, find that pelvic floor. And then feet on the mat, arms out to the sides. Both knees drop across to one side. Lower back release, and then to center, and then over to the other side. Lower back release, chest stretch. You can release the neck looking in the other direction as well if you want to. And it's worth playing here, feet together, and see how that feels. Where does that feel? And then feet really super wide as the mat as well. Just to have a little explore. Feet wide tends to, you get a little bit more stretching there in the hips, which can be quite nice. Feet together is a little bit more intense on the lower back. Okay, let's hamstring stretch then. So if you want, you can use your long bands. So you can put them in. So if you want an option here, you could try the length of the band. It's quite nice for the lower leg. Put your foot into the length of the band. And then you can find your hamstring stretch, push at the back of the knee, but work a little flex and point, and you just really work with the ankle, muscles around the shin, also connecting muscles into the knee. Try not to lift the hips on this one, and you stretch. Quite a good one if you wear flippers. Just because I thought we were doing the end of the sea. So if you wear training fins in swimming, this is quite a good exercise to strengthen your ankles. Then you could go inside, outside with the foot. So have a little play with around the ankle there. Try and keep the knee still. And then leg out to the side. And then we'll go on the other leg. Again, length of the band if you want it, just as a different variation. But if you have your set way of doing it, that's also fine. Push away at the back of the knee. Just keeping away. I mean, last week I think I put a block under my head So again, if you liked what we did last week, I did use cushions and blocks a lot more. You can always add them in now to these stretches, block under the head, especially if the chin's lifting up to the ceiling, or you can't seem to relax your shoulders in there. So working with your flexing point and pushing away at the back of the knee. And then the inside outside of the foot. Keeping the knee still. And then leg out to the side. Okay, I'm going to go to glutes as well tonight. So go back to the other leg. Put that foot just across the top of the knee. Now just being aware that you don't just jump the foot that's on the mat into the midline. So keep the hips square. And then either pressing into that knee and then the knee pressing into your hand, or thread through and take the lift. Try again not to have the chin lifting up to the ceiling, relax your shoulders, take that glute stretch. And then just because we've talked about fluidity and this water idea, see if you can just ever so gently rock it. Just rock it slightly over towards the other leg, the one you're not stretching. Just a third of the way, just find a little bit of a juicy stretch. And then you can allow that foot to go all the way down to the floor. It's a hip stretch. Now, anyone that wants a pretzel, no, you don't have to go down to the shop. Reach down and see if you can hold on to the foot. So you've got one hand resting on your ankle and the other one is going to reach down to this other foot. So you're interlinking and holding on to both feet. Then relax your shoulders. Try and keep your shoulders square down onto the mat, chest relaxed. Big hip stretch. And then just gently let go of the ankles and straighten out the legs from there. And then we'll go to the other side. So again, the glute starts with the glute stretch. And then you might be threading through and lifting up. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed. I mean, to start with, you might lift your head, but then see if you can place it back down. Keeping that foot flexed, the top foot. You can relax the bottom one, just the top one, keep it flexed. Then find that little bit of a rock, that little juicy stretch. Just take it over slightly. And then you can allow that foot to go all the way down, holding onto the ankle. And then if you liked it on the other side, see if you can interlink to the pretzel. Sort of bringing the shoulders down to the mat. And then again, we'll just release the hands and straighten out the legs. Okay, from there, let's go to shoulder bridge. So bring your heels a bit closer. You can touch those heels. Take a pelvic tilt. Treat it like a massage on the spine. And you can take it into your lift. Lift up the hips, arms over the head. Squeezing the glutes. If you want a little bit more here, just see if you can lift up one foot and then place it back down. Lift up one foot and place it down. Just like you're having a little walk and that you're a crab again. Not even taking a lengthen. Just lift and just take a little walk. And then you can try and walk out, away from the hips. So this is like idea of a little crab coming out of the shell. And then you can walk it back in. Squeezing the glutes, lift up your hips. Get nice and tall again, and then try that one again. And then just gently walking it back in. Bring the arms down, lower the hips down, hug knees to chest, rock or circle. Bring it all the way up to seated position. We'll do the C rollback. So we've got the seal and the crab. So we'll go to the seal. That soles of feet start together. So that might be enough. You might just want to work with that stretch. If you're ready to roll back with me, take your hands underneath, lift up your feet, clap your seal, 1, 2, 3, rock it back, 1, 2, 3, over the body, back to your hover position. And if you're not smiling, why not? So you can either rest there if you want in your stretch position, or keep going with seal. I'll show you crab if anyone wants crab. Crab is where you cross your legs, hold onto your feet, and then you're going to rock that back. Carefully don't go too far back on a crab. And then you come all the way up to kneeling and you reach your arms up over your head. It's a really nice front body stretch, that one. And don't forget to undo your legs and do them the other way. So a couple of nice ones there. Okay, how are we doing? Let's just a couple more moves in. We're going to go back plank to full roll down position. So you need to be sat in the middle of your mat really. Feet, staff pose, so feet facing up towards the ceiling. Take your hands down just behind your hips. Back plank, lift up your hips. Then you're going to reach your arms up to the ceiling, circle forwards, brush your toes, reach up. Then you're coming down either halfway or all the way down if it's there for you. Full body stretch, circle it round. Coming back up to seated position, back plank. And then you're off, you can keep it going. Keep the flexion on the feet if you can, it just helps those hamstrings to engage. Don't forget those little back planks in there. I haven't done them for a little while, it's good just to keep in touch with them. Let's just do one more through if you can. And then we'll go to a spine twist. Option to sit on a cushion or a block if you've got one. I might do a cushion today. Legs crossed. Back to our little shark fin at heart center. Breathing in, get nice and tall. Breathing out for your twist. Breathing in to get tall, breathing out, twist. Try and keep shoulders relaxed. Legs straight then. Flex the feet. We haven't done this one for a while, it's the saw. Arms out to the sides. Breathe in, get tall. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, get tall. Breathing out, reach down. Pulse 3 times. Opposite hand to foot. Tying in that extension with the exhales. One more each side. Coming back into seated position, and we'll finish. I'm going to finish with a mudra, so I'll come a bit closer so you can see it. It's Matsya mudra, which is the fish. So right palm on the back of left hand, so it's like this. And then what you're going to do is then your thumbs will face to the side. So it'll actually, for you, it'll look, when you look down at your hands, it looks like that. Yeah. So this is your fish, and you can put this just in front of your, it's actually in front of your abdomen is the best place to put it. So I need to sit back a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So you take your fish, right palm on top of the left. Make your thumbs point to the sides, so it's natural, quite an effort with your thumbs, and placing it just in front of the abdomen. And here you can just imagine you are swimming in the sea without any fear. And you've got the sunlight shining in the water, the sea's blue. You can swim freely, there's no obstacles. And this is very good. It's a self-healing one. It's one for you to come back to if you ever want it. It's also quite nice as an idea of like a fish doesn't really have a plan. It just swims and loves swimming. And that's okay. Just being is just okay, and thinking about being a fish can be quite a nice way of reflecting on that. So, woo! Namaste.